Hey!
Welcome back, welcome back. We have Jerry Jackson with us, Mayor of Harrison, Arkansas, right here in the studio with us. And gosh, Harrison's busy too. Talked about
Boy.
Diamond City earlier, but Harrison is really popping.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
What's been going on here, some of the opportunities. I know you mentioned when we sat down
Yes.
about the community
We call it Creekside.
center.
Creekside,
Oh,
yeah.
Creekside.
Okay.
And, everybody's kind of referring to it as Creekside, and that's what we wanted. When I saw that name, it sure wasn't my idea, but man, I said, that is it.
You got to brand things, don't you?
Yeah, and I think one thing, by the way, we have a couple of people that make their rounds. They'd be happy to come talk to you.
Okay,
And
yes.
that's Luke Fikert, our Chief Financial Officer,
let me
and
write that
Parks
down.
Director, Chuck Eddington. They know the whole program.
Okay.
So they can present to you all the facts and what it's going to be.
So I should set aside an hour per person, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, some of the things I share, they actually take a short video that I'm able to do, and they share that because I talk about a little bit about where we had come since the last one. It's been a year and 4 months. And we didn't stop the day after we had a meeting, and we identified everything we think we did wrong. And there were a lot of things. So then we went on and had a survey. UCA conducted a survey. It was a value of $100,000. We got a grant for that through the chamber, and one of the elements was quality of life. That's where we fit in. And it came back just overwhelming. What the people wanted by far was a community center, and they had to write it in. It wasn't like check the box.
Right,
It was write in, and they wrote in the words community center. Youth activity, trails was number 2. Trails throughout town, walking trails. So then, last year we had a lot of attention put on the YMCA possibility. From a group when we were going through the campaign for the other one. And we checked into that. They didn't want anything to do with Harrison. And it wasn't that. It was not Harrison. It was, a small market. But more important, they have closed nearly 100 facilities, and they're not expanding at all. So there was no hope for something like that. The only hope was a small tax, and that's what we've done, a very small tax. Here's the word I want to get to the across to everybody I see is if we pass this tax, it'll take us to 9.5%. Amongst the 20 similar cities in Arkansas to Harrison, between 9,000 and 20-some thousand, we will then be the lowest. We'll be the lowest. Of course, we're the lowest now. But even going up a half, we will still be the lowest in the whole state of Arkansas amongst those towns. So that's because Mountain Home passed theirs last night.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they passed a $40 million bond issue, and they will be building almost exactly what we proposed last time.
Gotcha.
So, but this time, I think we're very good stewards of our money, and I think that's what the city wanted.
Yeah.
And by taking a facility that we've taken and now changing it from something negative into something very positive, I think they're going to be behind this. So far, we've been out a little over a month, and it's been nothing but positive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed. And that's not really what I came to talk about. Please invite Chuck and and
I'll
Luke,
reach out to them.
And Luke
Sure,
to come by.
absolutely.
I wanted to talk about some of the things, even though it was a horrible year for all of us, we were able to, when I wrote this down, we were able to achieve a whole lot, for the city of Harrison. We started out January and February, we were working on the public safety building. As you know, we are building right now a new police, fire, and city hall, a little over $8 million. And we've been working on that, had to get that perfect, had to get that in the budget. We came up 2% over what we had budgeted, so we had that money available, all was good there. Of course, COVID hit. We conducted a campaign against COVID, precautionary measures. And you may have remembered throughout town you saw the sixes.
Yep.
And we
That's still stuck in my head.
we also, on the social media, we went after wearing masks. And that was not an easy thing to do, but we did. We did several things. And we were just awarded last week Community Service Award of the Year from the state and from the governor. He was at a convention down there, and he talked about Harrison and showed all the things we did.
Cool, yeah.
So that was a big award. I'm going to present it to the city council this week. We opened the Wonder Willow Park. And if you haven't been down there, one of the most amazing things, that was through grant money and donations, and that was a $400,000 park, and it is just swarming with kids.
Oh,
right
it
now,
is. Yeah, it
on
is.
the nice days. And it was built primarily for handicapped people could have access to playgrounds.
It was sad that you had to rope it off at the very
We
beginning
did
of the
at
year. Yeah.
first, and they still went over it. To
Yeah,
get
yeah,
to it.
sure they did.
Yeah. In June, I don't know if you remember, we had some protests. Black Lives
Yes.
Matter
I remember,
protests.
yes. Oh, absolutely.
And, this is things people tell me just don't even talk about, but it always needs addressed somewhat. And we had two very successful protests. It was on Thursday night and a Friday night, and there was an enormous amount of fear put into the Friday night one. Fortunately, our police chief, Chris Grady, he brought in all the law enforcement, 5 different state police, state highway, Boone County Sheriff, and the people out in the woods. Who are those? You know
County?
what?
County?
No. I know that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm referring to the Game and Fish.
Oh, Game and
Thank
Fish.
you.
Okay, there you go.
Have you
There
ever
go.
forgot anything? That's the only thing. But Game and Fish. So, and really, there was so much fear put into that week and into that protest that things were going to happen, and it was very peaceful, and we were so proud of that at the end of the day. But as you know, things continued. They didn't just go away, and unfortunately, I believe that it was such a great thing that over the period of time, as a few people have done a little more harm than good, because it just goes on and on and on.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
our people. We're not racist people,
Yeah.
and we resent being called that.
We do.
And that's what
Absolutely.
people are implying. I received
Yeah.
hundreds of phone calls, hundreds of emails, and all that kind of stuff that we're racist from people that didn't know us. But they did that after they saw the video. And you remember
Oh,
the
I
video.
remember the
Oh, yeah.
video. It
And
was
so you
video.
can't
Highly
really blame those
edited and-
people that are calling, because
Yeah.
when you see that video, what more can you
Right.
think?
Right.
Oh, we were just down on our knees the minute we saw that video. But what we realized about 2 days later, it was a total hit job
Absolutely.
by this guy,
It was produced by an ad agency.
Rob Bliss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But one thing that we did, we wanted to talk to those 24 people that made those comments. So I recruited a small team of people
Oh,
that knew people.
wow,
And I
okay.
said, let's identify those and bring them in and talk to them.
Okay.
And find out really what happened there. You know what? We only identified 3. 3 out of
Oh.
24.
No one
And
knew the
we-
rest.
I'm sorry?
No one knew the rest because
No one
they
knew
weren't
the
here.
rest.
They weren't from here.
No one. You look on there and see if you
no.
can.
Yeah.
How many you identify? It won't be 3 probably.
Yeah. Wow.
And we did bring the 3, or called the 3, and 2 of them tried to explain what happened to them. One was a kid, and he said he set me up to say that.
Oh gosh.
And and the other guy claimed it was a setup. We had one guy say, "Yeah, I said it, and I'm proud of it." So, good for him. He's the racist in town.
Yeah.
And so that really, but the video's out there. It's worldwide, millions and millions
Sure,
of hits
yeah.
and views, and it's done us a lot of harm. I actually just met with a film crew this morning that wants to do a documentary about the good of Harrison and the bad image that we don't deserve. So that would be cool. If
That would be
get-
cool. That
Get
would
a
be
lot
great.
of hits, but it may not. We had a big festival for Back the Blue, raised $45,000 that went
Mm-hmm.
to law enforcement. That was a great thing. It was all community created. We think we might have come up with something to get rid of the geese. This bothered me as much as anything.
I bet it did.
Because especially with the new park down there,
Yeah.
You know, the kids, and you get all geese droppings all up in there. It's so unsanitary.
Well, some
And
of
it
them
was-
left.
And it was horrible.
Oh, I can imagine.
But we did. We come up with a chemical that if we spray, they leave.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Yeah.
You spray it on the grass and they don't
Yeah,
eat the grass, and then
that's
they
right.
say, I'm going
That's
somewhere
right.
else to eat.
That's
Okay,
right.
Yeah.
But and it's you know, harmless to them.
Mm-hmm.
But so hopefully that'll happen. Any questions so far? I'm about halfway through this.
No.
You want to talk about
We got about
anything I mentioned?
3 or 4 minutes. You go
You
right
have to
after it.
read quick.
No, I can save the other half for next time. That's what we had to do at the radio station.
Okay, well, you want to come in next week?
Well,
Or you can read the
I'll
list.
probably be gone next week.
Okay.
But next time we talk, I'll bring this with me.
Okay.
Really, back to the community center, folks. We're talking, you know, indoor water, all kinds of indoor water. We're talking about using our basketball court, the one that we all grew up with there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
We're going to
yeah.
use that gym, a little refurbishing to it, adding on 2 more courts. And underneath those 2 courts will be parking, more parking available. All the classrooms that were built in the 90s are going to be utilized. We're going to refurbish them. Won't have to spend a whole lot of money
Yeah.
on that part.
Let
Big
me,
savings.
Yeah. Let me ask, you know, in the original concept of the rec center, it was based around, you know, Olympic-sized swimming pool. Is there a
Right.
phase to this at some point, you think?
A phase.
Phase 2 to have that type of facility?
We're still going to have that.
Oh,
The water,
okay.
indoor water feature will not change.
Okay,
The
okay.
junior high that was built in 1951, that will be replaced with the water feature, indoor water
Oh,
feature.
okay.
Oh, okay.
It'll be. It won't be. We don't call it Olympic size,
Yeah.
but it'll be. Yeah, tournament size and all that. It'll be
Okay.
big, and then we'll
Okay.
have the therapy pool for water
Okay,
aerobics,
okay.
for therapy. It'll be heated like 90 degrees,
Sure.
and then we'll have the kids pool. All this inside, and so that'll be the same. The one big thing we're eliminating, and this is the reason we're able to, number one, save millions, and number two, put it in this location. We're eliminating the outdoor water park. And so that's
Okay.
one of the things that Mountain Home is now going to have that we're not going to have. And we'll continue to do the best we can with the
Sure,
outdoor
yeah.
pool.
Right.
But we'll have about everything else. We're going to have the trail that goes through town, 3.5
Yeah,
miles.
absolutely. It's all tied
We're
together.
going to upgrade the ball fields with turf.
Okay.
That'll allow us to do some better things. So-
Well, maybe at some point you'll have that outdoor facility.
and that's
And
true.
you've got the room for it.
we
Yeah.
think we can come up with the room for that down the road.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right.
But
You
we
come
just got to
back
keep doing things.
And you know, keep us up to date, but also you can finish your
Yeah.
list of.
Yeah, yeah. But please reach out to Luke and
Okay.
Chuck, and
I
they'll
will.
tell you all about it.
All
Okay.
right.
They're the experts.
Thanks, Mayor. We appreciate it
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
Thanks
You're
so much
welcome.
for coming by. We
You're welcome. Is
And
this
we've got-
now when
and-
we do this?
we can do that.
Not
We
yet.
can do that now.
We'll do that. I'll just hold
You'll
your
tell me
just
when.
hold your horses.
Yeah,
Just
When
want
we
to
clap, you clap.
let people know that
I got you.
tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock is a live city council meeting.
Yes, yes.
So tune in for that. You're going to update,
Thank
I
you.
guess, on
Thank you.
several
You're
things.
doing a great job.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, you really
I don't want
are.
to be fired this early on. Okay. Thanks, Jerry.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Appreciate
You're
it,
welcome,
sir.
Dan and Ann.
Up next,
Beth Kaffenberger and Rebecca Force with the Boone County Library. Stay with us.
now you can clap.
Now we go. Thank you.